All right. Good morning again, everyone. This is Kim Horvath with Life Coach Office, and I'm very excited to present you with February's coaching call of the month. So these calls are put together really based out of any of the support questions that I get throughout the month that I seem to be getting repeatedly. Any unique questions or comments or needs that any of the coaches have that I think would be great information for me to share with all of the coaches. And of course, we always go over any of the enhancements that happened in that month or the month prior. So we have a bit to cover this morning, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Now, just so you know, the chat room is open. So if you have any specific questions that you would like to ask me, please go ahead and type that in the chat, and I will do my best to cover that during the call. If I think it's something that really needs to be a one-on-one, I'll let you know, and we will get together on a call, or I'll send you a video, something like that, to make sure that you get the information that you need. All right. So between the last call and this one, we did have some enhancements that came through Life Coach Office. We call it Coach Office 2.0.3 Polish. And there were a few things that actually were enhanced during that session. So I think that I'm going to start with that area. And I think I'm going to start specifically with the library because that is an area where I've been getting a lot of questions lately. The library. People are saying, hey, I can't add anything to my library. I can't edit anything to my library. So let's go there. All right. So here is the library. Here is what's going on. We wanted to make it based on your feedback so that when you go to your library, you don't have to move away from the home page in order to do additional work there. And so the best way for us to do that was to change the way the library functions. So basically, if I just go to the library and I highlight it the way you see that right there, using um, a non-Mac computer, if I just right click it, there are all of our options right there. I can add a new folder or I can upload a document straight by going to the tree branch there for library. It's really that simple. I'm going to go off of it again. All right. You highlight it. And if you haven't been in your library, you now know because a lot of people were emailing about this. You highlight it, you right click it, new folder, and upload. Just so you know, we are going to be, oh, it's already there. Look at that. To make changes to your library, right click the folder or item you want to access. Right? That wasn't there a few weeks ago. So thank you to the IT team for being so quick about making sure they get these things done. All right, so here's my getting started folder. I'm just going to click on my folder because I want to see what's inside of it. As you can see, there are two Word documents. How do I get the most out of coaching? And Maximize Living is for you. Now, if I wanted to edit one of those, right click, I can edit it, I can delete it, um, I can copy it, I can cut it out, whatever I wanted to do with it. All right. And then if I wanted to just add something to this specific folder, I highlight that folder, I right click that folder, and there you go. I can edit it, I can delete it, I can create a new folder from here. Why don't we do that? I'm creating a new folder. Maybe I have things I want to keep in, at different months of the year. So this is my February. Maybe I'm making an inspirational folder for my clients to visit every month. So this is going to be for the month of February. And there it is. See the blue folder there? That's how you know it's a folder. And then from that folder, I'm just going to upload just anything from my. Now, doesn't that look familiar? Before we made the enhancements, this was actually on the screen with the library. So I'm just going to go ahead and just add something. Excuse my voice this morning. I'm a little bit congested. let's just go into Life Coach Office here. There, that's better. And just 100 questions. I'm just going to show you how to do it. All right. I pulled a document. I'm going to start that. And it was uploaded, and there it is. Very, very simple. We really try to make things at Life Coach Office very, very simple. Okay, for all of you on the line, just keep in mind the chat room is open. If you have any questions at all, please go ahead and type them in the chat room, and I will do my best to not only get to them, but be able to answer your question. And if I think it's something we need to chat about offline, I'll set up a call or I'll send you a video with how to accomplish what you're trying to do. Now, um, just in case you have not heard any of the tutorials in the past, many people ask the question, what is the difference between the classroom and the library? And I always tell people, think of the library as the place that you go in life, the regular public library, the place where you go to check out books and information. So this is where you want to keep all the items, especially that you have for free. If you have a free ebook, if you have some audio files you might want people to listen to, you do have the ability to limit who is going to hear what. You can assign things from the library, for your clients or for your groups if you want to. But this is where I think of keeping all of my free things, okay, right there in the library. If, though, I have a paid something that people are paying for, I always put that in the classroom. In the classroom, really, this is where I put all of my group coaching together. All right, so many of you are coaching groups, right? And I want you to think of groups the same way Life Coach Office thinks of groups. Here's how we think of them. A group can be a group of people that you are coaching on a specific day, at a specific time, all together at one time, whether you're doing it via Skype or some other format, doesn't really matter, but you are all coaching together at one time. It may be just on a call, on the phone. Maybe you're not visually seeing each other. Anyone that you're coaching on the same day at the same time with the same exact information, we all understand that that's a group. But a group could also be people who are going through the same program, using the same information, but they're receiving their coaching on different days and different times. You could have two groups going, maybe two groups of 5 or whatever going, or you can have individual people, 5 separate calls that are taking um, the same sessions with you. We consider that a group also. Okay, so when we're talking about groups with Life Coach Office, it doesn't necessarily mean multiple people at one time. It could be one person at a time receiving the same information from you. I hope that is clear, because I think understanding how we look at groups helps you when you're looking at things that we are putting together and calling a group. All right. So here's the classroom. Just wanted you to see it real quickly. This icon means that is a folder, and when you click on it, there should be something in there. As I repeatedly tell people, please, 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 if you're not already doing this, create a welcome folder for all of your clients. Put in a video of yourself welcoming them to coaching, thanking them for choosing you, and any pertinent information towards how they can have a successful time being coached by you, making sure that they're coming ready and on time, having filled out their coaching journal, bringing their best energy to the place. Tell your clients these things. Not all people have been coached before. Not all people have had therapy before, so they don't understand that what they bring to it is everything that matters. It's not only about the coach and what the coach can offer and the coach's energy, but it is about the client and what they're bringing to the table. And if they're not bringing their A game, they're not going to receive an A game. Got it? So make sure that they know all of that stuff right there. And that would be also a great place for you to attach any other things that you may not necessarily want to put in video, because this video is going to be upbeat, and, that sort of thing. So maybe you want to attach a document to the video that talks about the cancellation policy, how, some people charge if they don't cancel within 24 hours or within 10 hours or whatever the case might be. Those kind of things are things that are very important. And yes, you will include that in their excuse me, you will include that in their coaching agreement, but you most definitely want to include that if you have a separate document for that in your attached to your welcome video. Also, I include this quick video of how coaching works. It's just something that I grabbed off YouTube, quite frankly. But I thought it was a really good video. It expresses how coaching works. And then there's a motivational video. I think it's important to be able to keep your clients motivated throughout the process. So, just think of, if you were a client, what is it that you would like to receive to be onboarded to coaching? I think of it the same way. I'm a I was a human resources director for many years, and so when I think of people becoming a part of my coaching team, I call them a team. I think of how we onboard people at work, right? What is that new hire orientation? I mean, that's really where you're going to get their buy-in. That's where you're going to get people to commit to you. And so you want that to be a wonderful, inclusive opportunity for them. And with coaching, it can be a bit odd because you're not going to see them. I don't know about any of you, but I actually have clients that I have never met face to face. They found me on the internet and they hired me. So if you've never met them face to face, how do you engage these clients and keep them as part of your coaching world? Something like this can make a big difference. The other thing to think about is, if you are signing people up for coaching, well, when they go and register, they're not usually sitting side by side with you. They are registering on their own. And so it would be nice for them to sign into coaching and actually receive more than just their assignments in the classroom. A very warm welcome from their coach can make all of the difference. So please, if you're not doing that, please go ahead and do that and make that available to all clients, whether they're paying clients or not, because all of your clients need to be able to transition into the coaching mode as effortlessly and as warmly as possible. Okay? All right. So what else do we want to talk about with regard to the polish? There was a lot done with regard to, there are a few things done within um, these template emails. So let's take a look at that. I have received a few questions this month about the template emails. So you get there by clicking on the gears, going on template, and then automated emails. Okay. This used to be called meeting reminders. So if you're thinking, I don't have that, you do have that. We changed it from meeting reminders to automated emails. And what does the note say? It says, as the coach, you will automatically receive a copy of all automated system generated emails that are sent to your clients. This is important for you to understand, because I do from time to time receive emails from coaches who are panicking a little bit because they're receiving an email saying, you have a coaching session on blah, blah, blah day. And they are mistakenly thinking that the email that is supposed to be going to their clients is actually going to them. It's not. You are getting a duplicate email that is coming to you. Your client is not missing out on any of the emails if you have opted in to them to receive them. Okay, so let's go there first. Let's talk about how you can opt in and opt out of emails being sent to your clients. Now, you can do that with some, and you can't do that with all. Here you see where it says off, on. Okay, that tells me when it says off, my clients are not receiving these emails. When it says on, my clients are receiving these emails. These last few that don't say off, they say on, but they're grayed out. All clients receive these emails, but you are not able to turn them off. Why? Because they need to receive them. The client activation email, the client welcome email, the group registration done email, they need to receive those emails. So there's no option there. Let's take a look at meeting invitation, and I'm going to show you how to turn off and on the invite. It's very, very easy. See that notification right there? It says off. Click edit, and you just click it. On, off. It's as simple as that. It really is that simple, okay? Um, Now, I want to talk to you for a moment about changing the dialogue in your emails. I don't want to do it in this one. I want to show you something else. That one's not the one, because you can change the dialogue in your emails. You just have to be careful because you don't want to take out the formulas. Okay. I pulled up the meeting reminder that your clients can receive 24 hours in advance of their session. It's going to click edit. Okay. Now, see this formula here? Okay. You don't want to get rid of that, because if you get rid of that, whatever you type in that space is exactly what is going to be received by the client who receives the email. So if I got rid of this and I said reminder Tuesday, it's going to say reminder Tuesday every single time that email goes out. What this is doing, this is a formula that pulls the information from the type of meeting that you've requested. So in the subject area of your meeting that you created, that's what is pulling right there. So if you put that you have, um, a private coaching session, it's going to say reminder, private coaching session tomorrow. If you put that you have a group coaching session, it's going to say reminder, group coaching session tomorrow. All right. So whatever is in the subject line of the meeting, that's what's going to be written there. This entire line here, that's the client's name. Now, if you get rid of that and you put Joe, every person that receives this email is going to get an email that says, Joe, be sure to fill in your session preparation questions. You don't want that, so don't get rid of that either. What you can change is this line. All right. Be sure to fill in your preparation questions in your coaching journal before the session. And, doing so, if I typed correctly, that would be helpful. Doing so, UING, yeah, will be helpful to both of us during the call. Okay. You don't want to change any formulas. Keep that in mind. If you change the coach time zone formula, the client time zone formula, whatever you type there, again, that's what's going to be seen. All right. You don't want to change those things. You save it, and now every client that receives this particular meeting reminder is going to say exactly what it says there, and it's going to pull the information that needs to be pulled. Okay? So you can feel free to play with that. You can make the wording of the meat of the email whatever it is that you want it to be. All right? But just don't take away the formulas, because the formulas are pulling pertinent information. If by some chance you do take the formula away, just send us an email and we can fix it for you. Okay? So that is our meeting reminder. So we added the client activation email. I'm actually going to go into that for you so you can see it. I know sometimes when we create enhancements, some of you do not have time to actually go in right away and to see it. So the client activation email, okay, Your coach has sent you an invitation to join blank group. The workspace has awesome tools and information, blah, 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 blah. Okay? This is what they're receiving. They received it before, but you didn't know what they were receiving. And you also didn't have the ability to make any kind of changes to the wording. Now you can. Okay? The other one, let's go over there quickly. Time is moving fast today. Um, okay. The client welcome email. Okay. Your business account is now active. Please watch blank video link for a brief introduction on how to use the system. This is what your client will always automatically see. Okay. Your business name and instruction telling them what to do so they can know how to use the system. So you do not have to do that any longer. Isn't it cool? Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. That's a big plus in my book. Excuse me. And a group registration done email. When you've created a group and someone has signed in, congratulations, your account is now active. You can log in by clicking the following link. So now they'll have that email and they'll be able to click on the link and they'll be all set. So again, you can change the wording, but please, 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 please try to remember, don't change the formulas, and if you do, we can fix it for you. So you can't break it, and I would say that if you accidentally change it, turn the notifications off to avoid people getting the wrong email. People are very sensitive to things sometimes. We even notice, here at Life Coach Office, you know, the way you present yourself professionally is extremely important. And if you have an email going out and has the wrong wording in it, some of your clients will be extremely turned off by that, and they will be concerned whether or not you're the right coach for them. Quite frankly, that's really true. Some people are sticklers about certain things. I mean, we all have our pet peeves, right? And with some people, something like this is going to be key because remember, they may not really know you and they're not seeing you on a regular basis. So, they're coming to this, many people, with a little bit of skepticism as it is because they don't really know you. So, make them have a lot of confidence in you by ensuring that you are doing your best to do things right the first time. And I know you all are because our coaches are awesome. I do believe that. All right. So again, if you have any questions, hit me up in the chat and I'll be very happy to answer your questions. And good morning to you all. I'm so excited to actually have live people on the call with me. Usually when I do my calls, sometimes there are no live callers, and it's a little bit different when you're doing a call and there aren't any live callers. Now, you are great about going in afterwards and actually looking at them, and that's wonderful. I just like to have people on the call with me. So thank you for being here with me this morning. Okay, so what other enhancements did we have? Okay, so in the coaching journal, there were some enhancements. So we're going to go there to the coaching journal. There we go. Oh, thank you, Andrea. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Okay, so in the coaching journal, we did a few things a little bit differently. Now I'm going to show you something that I showed last month, um, because there's a way that that I'm encouraging coaches to use the coaching journal. That really was something that was created through one of my calls with a coach of Life Coach Office. Just so you know, if you really need a one-on-one call, you can request that. I do make calls and speak to coaches all month long. Whenever, especially if I'm getting a lot of emails back and forth, I will reach out and say, hey, let's just get on a call. And there are times when you're trying to work through something or think through something that maybe another coach has already worked through or thought through. and I can share this information with you. The other thing is that I've been a coach since 2007, so I've been doing this for a long time, and I have a lot of friends that are coaches. I mean, I just have I have a lot in my head. So I'm very happy to share whatever information that I have. And so if you really feel that you need a call to help you get your coaching office really set together, focused, just really tight and on point, please reach out. That's why I'm here. I'm here to help you. Okay. So improvements to the coaching journal is that we have made some instructions for each new section of the coaching journal optional. That's pretty good because I think for some people that was confusing. So I'm just going to go into the client meeting so that you can understand what we're talking about. So in the section session preparation questions, um, okay. This area here that says get your mind ready for your session by answering these questions 15 to 30 minutes before your next coaching session, that is an instruction. Okay. And what we did was we made it so that when you were creating a new, if you're a new template, you do not have to add that area. So I'm just going to click copy, and it's going to take me right to my new one. I'm just going to call this February template. Okay, that's the name of my template. And then here are my questions. Okay, the instructions. Now what this did is it copied what was already there. Okay, I don't have to keep this because I may not want to. Actually, I could delete this whole section. Let me not do this to you. I could delete that whole section if I didn't want to, if I didn't want to keep it. I'm going to say that I want to keep it. Okay. Um, and I don't want to change anything in this area. But if you wanted to, you could. You could delete the whole section. Maybe you want to um, create something completely different. This is what I tell people. Everyone coaches differently. And so maybe the standard questions are not all um, pertinent to your coaching. So maybe you can use some and not others. So you can delete some and keep the others. Maybe this particular template doesn't really work for you. Create a template that does. All right. You might need to create a coaching template for every coaching package that you have out there. One that goes with each coaching package. That might be necessary because the type of coaching that you're doing, we tried to make this as standard and as generic as we could, but you might want to ask some questions or have a template that is a bit more detailed because of the type of work that you're doing. Then create that. Do that. Don't worry about it. Do what is best for you and your client. Okay? Um, let's go to the ad section, and then you're going to see what we're talking about. So here's the new section. The section name, I'm just going to put February meeting. And maybe I don't want to have any instructions. Okay? I only want the coach to be able to edit it. No. Well, yeah, edit. No, I'm sorry. I want my client to be able to edit it because they need to answer it. Okay. And I want everyone to be able to view it. I don't have any instructions. I only have one question. What was your biggest win for since we last met? That's the only thing that I want to know. I'm going to click submit. I don't need to have an instruction for a question like that. All right. Here are the questions. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Now I lost it. Oh, here it is. February meeting. What was your biggest win since we last met? So I want to compare the two so that you understand. Um, in your session preparation questions, this area right here, this is the instruction. So that area where you saw instructions, that's what was typed in there, and that's how that appears. And then here are the questions, and then the boxes for the answers. Okay? When you scroll down to the February meeting, which is what I just created, and you open that up, you don't see an instruction because I didn't include that. I only asked one question. What was your biggest win since we last met? And then here is the box for the client to be able to answer that. Okay. The other thing that we did with this in the private notes area, okay, we added this box. For your life coach office reports to be accurate, these questions cannot be changed and should be filled out by you for each session. How long did the session last? Was the session paid or pro bono? And give yourself a self rating. Why is that? Because when you run your report, okay, if you're running reports in order to keep track of the amount of time that you are coaching. Many of you you have your ICF credential and you need to keep track of your hours. I say that even if you're not sure if you're going to go for any type of credentialing, it's always better to do this now than to have to go back to each meeting and do it later should you change your mind. All right. Go ahead and put how long the session lasted, whether it was paid or pro bono. Give yourself a self rating. And what happens when you go into your reports, which I'm going to show you, see here, and you go into your coaching hours report, it pulls from the information that you put in this coaching template. If you don't put anything in there, it doesn't have anything to report. Okay? That's how the system knows how many hours to report there. Okay, so this area is very important. If you have not been filling out your this area in the coach's private area, I'm going to tell you that you need to start going back and filling them out and moving forward with every coaching session that you have. Please make sure you fill that out. I would hate to see you, a year from now say, you know what, I am going to go ahead for that coaching credential, and you haven't completed any of this. And now the only thing that you can do is go back into every single coaching journal template and complete that information in order for your report to come through. You really don't want to do that. So you want to make sure that you do that. Okay. Now, I promised you that I was going to show you something with the coaching template that we are doing that I think is making a tremendous difference for coaches. All right. So we understand that the coaching journal is created only when you create a meeting. Okay. So every time you create a meeting in the system, a coaching journal opportunity is created for your client and for yourself. If you don't create a meeting, then a coaching journal page, so to speak, does not populate. All right. So when we think of a journal, we're thinking of a book that has this endless number of pages, and that is true. The only thing is you only get a new page when you select a new meeting. Now that works fine for many coaches. But for some coaches, for their style, for the programs that they're running, they need something a little bit different. And so here's what I suggest that coaches do. Some coaches need something that's going to be more of a run-on type of coaching journal outside of the actual template that they're using. So here's what I say. I say, when you first meet your client, when you first are getting together with them and you set them up in the system, on that day, go ahead and create a coaching, a meeting, and you're going to send them this template that I'm going to show you. What we're going to do is we're going to create a template that allows you to communicate with your client, whether it's monthly or every week, but on an ongoing basis, so that you don't have to remember which meeting a certain comment was made. You can just go to this one area. Don't you love that? So this template right here is a template that was created. It says February template. I'm just going to click on it and I'm going to show you what I did with it. When you look at it, all right, it says February meeting. No, I'm sorry. Well, you know what? I'm so silly. That's not the one. That's the one I just created. We want conversations with my coach. Okay, where is that? Here it is. Conversations with my coach. When you click on that, this is what you see. Weekly conversations, February week 1. Weekly conversations, February week 2. Weekly conversations, February week 3. I didn't add the week 4. Just wanted you to get the idea. So what did I do? I just went in. I created a new section. I called it Weekly Conversations February Week 1. And then I just put use this area to communicate with your coach about any information or questions you would like to share. What would you like to say? Okay, I made it so that both the coach and the client are able to communicate in that one area, and then you guys can free form text. All right, and it's easy to find because it's by week. Okay, all right, so here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to edit this because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. We're going to add this section, and it's going to say, what does it say? Weekly Conversations, February, week 4. Okay, and just say use this area to have a conversation with your coach. Okay, and we want everyone to be able to edit, and we want everyone to be able to view. And the question, where is it? Here we go. Is simple. What would you like to say? Okay, you submit it, and now that next week was added. Okay, February week 4. My suggestion would be to just keep going throughout the coaching relationship, or if you want to create a new template for each month, that's fine, whichever way you want to do. So if you wanted to do that, you could say, I'm going to go and edit. It could be conversations with my coach February 2016. Okay, and so you know that if you would like to, I'm going to go backward. You know that if you want to see about the conversations in February, okay, conversations with my coach, February 2016. And then you can create a new one for March and a new one for April. All right. Or it could just remain conversations with my coach and you keep adding a new week for each week and each month, whichever way you want to do it. Okay. What happens is that when you create your meeting, and I'm just going to go ahead and do it so that you can see it. I prefer to show you. All right. We're going to create a new meeting. Come on. I'm getting a little patient. There we go. I'm doing this with my client Dave, and usually what I'm going to say is, hey, this is the email I told you about, because I would have told them that it's not really a meeting. It's just for you to have a journal to speak to me, right? This is the email I told you about. Use this journal for the month of February. All right. Then you have to choose it. Conversations with my coach. Okay. And I'm just going to leave that. That's today's date and time. And we're going to save it. And yes, I want him to know that it's there. Okay, so now Dave receives this, and when Dave goes into his in his life coach office, he's going to have the communication for February. It's going to say conversations with my coach, week 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then he has a very easy way to communicate with me each week, and I don't have to create a new meeting every week. Okay, in order for him to be able to communicate with me. All right. Yes. You will. So the question is, do we receive notifications when a client updates this section? Yes, you do. So you don't have to keep going in and checking every day, a couple of times a day. You're going to receive an email that says, I think it will actually have their name. Your client Dave Smith has just updated. Yeah, it has to. Your client Dave Smith has just updated, his coaching journal. If I remember correctly, it might even say, click here to go there. Okay. And I'm thinking that it would need to, because with every meeting, there's a new coaching journal. So it would need to say click here to go there, and it would take you there. So you don't have to worry at all about when your client is actually communicating in that journal. That you will receive an email that lets you know that. Good question. Thank you for asking that. I would have forgotten to tell you that, Andrea. So I do have coaches who are using it. They love it. It works very well for them. I don't know about you, but some of my clients, they just simply don't like to, they don't fill out the coaching journal, but they'll do this. I don't get it. So I just ask, I'll ask that question, and then I'll also put in each week, I'll put something about the homework, did you complete your homework? Why or why not? What was easy? So that I like to have information when I'm talking to them. I like to be able to know where am I going with them, once I get them on the phone. It really saves a lot of time. And so if I can engage them in this conversation beforehand, that works. The other thing is that I can communicate with them. So remember for this email, they for this particular coaching journal, because it's being created right when you meet them, they're not going to receive that email every week that says, hey, make sure you fill out your coaching journal. But you can go in and you can just ask the questions, or you can say, hey, how's everything going this week? Anything that you need to discuss, what's going on with your homework? Can you fill that out for me? You can go in and do that. And once you go in it, they're going to receive an email from you saying your coach has just, updated the, communication for whatever month it is. So it works really well. Try it out. I think that you'll find, you might find that you might get a bit more of cooperation from your client with regard to them actually filling it out. Because if you have that information, it makes your coaching session oh so much better. It really, really does. So it makes a big difference. Okay. Um, what else did I want to talk to you about? Enhancements. I think that was basically, with regard to enhancements, all that I needed to talk to you about. Yeah. Well. Oh, also just know that um, in the mass email section, so I'm just going to go there, show it to you. This was something small, but still something necessary. All right. All right. So here we have a mass email section. You can send an email to all of your clients or to just specific groups. So if you're going on vacation and you're not going to be coaching, you can send them an email that says that you're going on vacation. If you need to send an email to your a group for whatever reason, you can send a mass email to your group. All right. There are now options to be able to filter your group. See, you can put what group you want to put in. Before it was just a mass email just to everyone. Now you can send it to specific groups, which is pretty cool. That actually is quite helpful. Maybe you're moving a group coaching for a day, or maybe you added something that you want to make sure that they receive. You can do that right there by sending them an email. That's very, very important. The other thing is that there is an update to our cancellation process. due to PayPal. So, and not that we want anyone to cancel, but we do know that on occasion it does happen. And so, we typically would send people an email that says, here's what you do. Then we changed it and we allowed, so people were able to cancel via the system. Well, PayPal has changed things, and that's no longer something that we can do. So if you were in need of canceling, and we really hope you don't, just send us an email, and we'll give you the process by which you need to do that. So now I want to show you something that I really don't know if many of you know that this is available to you. Okay, I just want to check my chat mail first. Okay, no more questions. If you have a question, please go ahead and ask it. I have one more thing to show you, and then I'm really done. So if you have a question, please, 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 please do. All right. All right. We're going to go into the client building area. Right. I know that we're there, but I just want to. I'd like to show you from the beginning. And no. All right. Branding. Okay. Going into the branding area. Okay. This is the area where you make Life Coach Office look like your area, look like your company, feel like your company. Okay. And this logo that I put right here, okay, it comes from the branding area. Okay. This is where you would choose the file for whatever your logo is. This is where you choose a background color, okay, for your coaching background, okay. So the moment you click submit, it changes it automatically, okay. Now, I want to go into edit. I want to show you one more thing before I show you the big thing, okay. If you wanted to just use one of the textures that we offer, you could do that, and this will appear. Okay. If you wanted to go in and you wanted to create a background using your logo or a picture, I go in. Let's use this one. All right. Don't be afraid to play with this because you can't break it. Right? All right. So that's with the picture. All right. Whatever it is that you want to do. Here's what I want you to see. You see this branded client logon URL? When you send this to someone, I'm just going to copy it. I'm just going to paste it here. They're going to get your branded page. And you know what? You're probably going to get the Life Coach Office page that I'm on because I'm logged in. I think that's what's going to happen. Yeah. Okay, it didn't. It took me to. So this is what the page looks like. Okay. I'm going to log out so that you can actually see it because it's showing you this because I'm actually logged in. Because I want you to see what the client sees. All right, I have to copy and paste it again. Okay, this is what happens when you send that branded logon URL to someone. They're going to receive this page. This is your branded page, okay? It's going to have your logo, your name, whatever picture or colors that you chose for your branding, and then they were going to put their email and password in, Okay, this is what's going to happen. What I love about this is that URL. I'm going to show you again where to find it, because some of you don't know that it's there and you don't know where to find it. Um, that URL is something that you can put um, on your own web page. Okay, it is the gears, it is branding, and it's at the bottom of the page. So once you make whatever changes you want to your branding, you get it the way you want it to be, copy and paste that URL. Okay, I'm going to, no, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to add a color. Ugh, not that one. Okay, that picture gives me a little bit of ADD. So whatever it is that, however you have yourself set up, this branded client URL is what you will use, um, to create any links to send to someone in order to sign up for Life Coach Office with you. So I'm just going to show you in my Gmail because it's really important to me that you really understand this. Okay, so that's the actual coaching session that I created for Dave with us a few minutes ago. All right, so there you are. Thanks for. Come on. This is being silly. Okay, thanks for choosing me. Let's just say that we typed in all this wonderful information and we said click here, right? We're going to click the little link. Oh wait, I didn't highlight it. Highlight it, click the little link. I'm going to paste that URL. Okay, and now when they click here, it's going to go to the branded login page. I'm logged in, so it's going to show me logged in. But if I wasn't logged in, they would see the purple background. They'll get the box that says add your email and your password, and it's going to be your branding. Okay, you're going to use that URL on your web page, so that when they click, they're going to go to your branded page. You're going to use that URL in any email, any internet-based marketing that you use, so that they're going to your login page, your branded page, not the Life Coach Office page. Okay, and when they log out of it, they're also going to log out to your branded page, not the Life Coach Office page. Okay, isn't that great? So the only reason why they'll know that it's Life Coach Office because they'll see this at the bottom. But outside of that, everything, and I do mean everything, is going to be what you created and what you put in. That was really important to me that you were able to know that. Remember, it's the gears, it's branding, and then it's at the bottom of that page. You just copy and paste this area right here, into and create whatever links that you need to. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna check one more time and see if there's any other questions. No other questions. Okay. Well, that's really it for this particular call. I want to thank you very much for being a part of the call. I'm going to ask you to please communicate with us on Facebook. And please, what we're looking for from all of our coaches is we really want to know what kind of classes would benefit you as a coach, in order to help you to increase or maintain your business, your skill, whatever it is that you're looking for. We are in the process of putting together classes for coaches, And we want to make sure that we're meeting the needs of our coaches. So please, if you have any particular class that you know that you would like to be a part of, something that would be beneficial to your business, please let us know. Also, if you ever have any questions, any comments, any suggestions, all you need to do is go to the bottom of your Life Coach Office screen, any Life Coach Office screen, and you're going to receive the LCO support button. And when you click on that, you have the ability to fill out, this ticket, and it gets to the people that it needs to get to depending upon how you've created it. Our goal is to respond within 24 hours, but please understand that as Life Coach Office, as the Life Coach Office team, we are all over the world and in very different time zones. So just be aware that if you send out something at 9 o'clock in the morning, your time, it could be, 2 o'clock in the morning, someone else's time. And it may take a little bit of time before they actually are able to get back to you. But our intention is to get to you within 24 hours. Sometimes we'll receive an email that really is not our email, and we have to forward it to another person. And again, those time zone issues sometimes cause a lapse in our ability to answer you as quickly as we want to. That is rare, by the way. It is very rare. I'm in the U.S. in New Jersey, and I'm in my email all times of kinds of day and night. I don't have a particular time that I actually work. I'm just trying to make sure that when, I get an email that people are not waiting more than 24 hours to get their answer. And that's really what I'm looking to give them when I respond, an answer, and not just a thanks for your email. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate all your patience. I appreciate you being on the call. I look forward to speaking with you again next month in February's call. Oh, and guess what's coming up for the next enhancement? The next enhancement is when we're going to do the ability for your client to self to make their own meetings themselves. Basically, you're going to be able to go in and say, hey, I'm available on Tuesday at this time, Friday at this time. Those are the only 2 days this week I'm coaching. And your client's going to be able to go in and select a time and schedule themselves. Client self-scheduling is almost here. You've been wanting it, and I'm so excited that it's almost here. That is going to be coming up in the next enhancement. So you better believe that we're going to be talking all about that next month when we have our coaching call in March. If you know anyone who's a member of Life Coach Office that doesn't participate in the calls, please make sure that they go to the tutorial page. We always upload the calls to the tutorial page. All right. If you need to see any part of this again, you can check there. The tutorial page, it should be up later today. I'm Kim Horvath from Life Coach Office Support signing off. Happy coaching, everyone.